Yo, 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 the Retorted Show is back and better than ever. We got some great stuff for you today. We got some crazy conspiracies, some great jokes, some quick cash, and a check-in with your boys. Stick around, enjoy the show.
If I can retort Sword and Shield, though, can I just say to his comment, cram it in your cram hole, Sword and Shield.
My dick was used and forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Gay men fuck all the time. That's everything you need to know. Name of your sex tape.
Title of your sex tape.
Shout out Bradley Cooper for taking it up the A from Michael Ian Black in a shed. Like, your boy would have been dead. Dead as a doornail, Smalls. I could have bet money that you would have quoted Wet Hot American Summer when I said bubonic plague. Hello, 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 and welcome to The Retorted Show, a part of the Working Perspectives podcast. It's me, your boy, Old Uncle Matty. I'm joined by the one and only Bern Podcast, a.k.a. Benoit Pahoud Cassé. On this show, we're going to bring you some great stuff, right? We're going to have some conspiracy theories, which were a big hit last time. We're going to have some great jokes, right? We're going to give you an update on our lives, which everybody loves to hear. And then we're going to end it with some quick cash. Also, while doing that, we're going to sprinkle a little pinch. We're going to read some of the comments that are left on our social media and YouTube channels, and we're going to respond to those comments. And you're going to hear about it. Benoit Pahoud, how are you, sir?
I'm fantastic, man. Great succinct breakdown of our retorted show. I thought you absolutely nailed that. That was perfect.
Great college word. Succinct?
Yeah, I try to drop a college word on you once an episode. But yeah, I've been loving these, man. I've been loving this new format. We hit it, we get in, we get out, we stay passionate, we stay fired up, and then we give the people what they want.
We totally do. We totally do. So there was a video we put out, I guess it was like a week and a half ago. So it was a clip from the Men vs. Women episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And like, what's better, men or women? Which turned into like, what's better? I don't know. It was a weird one, but either way, a clip from that is me talking about like the power of attraction and how like crippling, like when you first become like super attracted to girls, it's like it's so unfair, right? Like girls have all the power, you know what I mean? So that clip had 28 comments, right? So we're gonna respond to a bunch of those. Benoit Pahoud, are you ready, my good man?
I'm ready to rock, baby. Let's do this thing.
All right, Daddy. So, like I said, this came on it was Why Are Men So Scared of Attractive Women clip, available on our YouTube channel because we have over 400 episodes in our catalog and a bunch of different stuff. So, okay, first comment comes from everybody's favorite dude. She's the greatest Aussie that's ever lived. She's the greatest retort known to man. She's everyone's favorite retort. She's the one and only Miss Metal, a.k.a. Sue Matthews, a.k.a. Alloy1100. Love you to death. You know what's funny? I just remembered Steve was the one that came up with Miss Metal.
Really?
Yeah. Because I would say Alloy1100, and he'd be like, Miss Metal. And I was like, okay, let's rock it.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. So she left a comment 9 days ago on this clip that says, Matt, I cannot imagine you stuttering over a girl. I can imagine girls stuttering over you. Heart emoji. Ooh, Miss Mel, you dirty dog. You dirty dog, Miss Mel. Goo, 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 goo. No, she's the best. Thank you, Miss Mel. But no, your boy. So in this clip, I told the story of how I was in like middle school and I just transferred schools, and there was this like one Latina. I went from a Catholic school, which was all whites, to a public school, which had everything. So I got to see some hot Latina mummies, right? And I was your boy was a looking, and I was a liking. You know what I mean? So yeah, I could not. I just blew like this one girl. I was like, oh my god, boners. And yeah, I tried talking to her. I was like, get the boners, you yeah, totally Adam Sandler did. Burn your thoughts.
On your boners or your Adam Sandler impersonation? I
Ooh, could we add Adam to the?
think I think they're both a little soft and need to be rounded out. Um, yeah, no, listen, we talked about that, like when you're at a certain age and,
Yeah.
you're a dude and you don't know how to control anything and you're just
Nope.
completely tongue-tied and blown away
Yeah.
and your mind's
Yeah.
racing and your body's racing and you just look like an absolute jackass.
Yeah. Your
We've all
tools
been there.
too.
Yeah.
Totally, totally, totally,
Yeah.
totally. Okay. And then I'm gonna do one more comment in this sector from this video, and this one is from Ruben Walsh. The tag is at Ruben Walsh dash IV5IK. It's a zero point zero. No subscribers, no videos. And he left a comment that says, "Nope." So he says this. He says, "Nope. Not all men are scared of good-looking women, whatever that means. Some of us aren't ugly. We just avoid women who are clearly promiscuous." 4 likes
Uh,
this comment got. 4 likes from random fucking people. 4 likes, daddy.
what a Ruben was it?
Ruben Walsh. Old Ruby.
What a virtuous stud you are, Ruben. You never in your life did you get a little tongue tied around a girl. I
Yeah.
call bullshit, Ruben.
I guess he just
All
wasn't
right.
around any women, you know.
Well, he's very attractive and doesn't tend to be interested in
Yes, hello.
promiscuous
My name is
types.
Ruben. Yes, I'm named
Yeah,
after a sandwich.
yes, my name
Mm.
is Ruben. I'm super handsome and don't like whores. Shove it in your shove hole, Ruben.
Shove it up your shove, Ruby. All right, that was our first section of comments. We're going to keep it moving to Burns' new favorite segment. We're going to conspiracy stories. Benoit Pahoud. Benoit Pahoud.
Yes,
You
yes,
ready,
yes,
Daddy?
yes. Very
You
excited. Yes,
you legit love this one. So okay, I got two gimmicks today. Okay, all right. So first conspiracy. Here you go, Burn. Have you heard of the worst year in human history?
I have not.
Okay, so according to everyone, it was 536 AD. It was called the Year of Darkness. There was a volcano that erupted in Iceland that had so much ash and soot that it blocked out the sun over like multiple continents, the whole globe, right? So people that were recording history at that time, Europe, Africa, Asia, right? They called it the Year of Darkness for an entire year. An entire year. All these different nations recorded that the sun gave off light like the moon, right?
Damn.
The global temperature dropped 15 degrees within that year. Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah. So there was mass famine. China recorded that it was snowing during the summer, you know? And so what that did, though, is that forced all these rats indoors because it was so cold outside, right? They would go into people's homes, and then that led to the bubonic plague.
Wow.
Yep, there you
That's a
go.
really lousy year. So not
Pretty
only is
lousy.
it freezing, all your food's gone, there's no
Yeah,
sunlight, but your
yeah.
odds of catching a plague have just like quadrupled.
I could have bet money that you would have quoted Wet Hot American Summer when I said bubonic plague.
I'm trying so hard not to right now. It's all I want to do is scream and interrupt you while you were talking.
The plague, the bubonic plague.
Onic plague.
Dude, shout out that movie. Incredible movie.
Shout out Michael
Dude,
Showalter for that character.
dude.
Shout out all the state people for getting that
Oh,
movie together. Shout out Lake Wallenpaupack for hosting that film.
just
If you
shout
haven't
out Bradley Cooper for taking it up the A from Michael Ian Black in a shed.
seen the documentary on it, it's worth watching. Just
Oh,
the
there's a
behind.
doc?
Yeah, there's a doc of like apparently it rained every single day while they were there. They had it for like a month, so they had to like that's why half the movie is just shot at night. Like it wasn't supposed to be. It just rained so much.
Yeah,
And they all the actors lived in those cabins. Like they
yeah.
all just lived at the actual camp while they
Dude,
filmed
that
it.
must have been
So
just the funnest time.
An
Like
absolute
I
fuck
bet
around.
like the scene in the beginning when they're all partying around the fire, that's probably actual footage of them just
Pretty,
partying around.
yeah, pretty accurate. Like that's kind of what they were doing.
Yeah.
They were literally camping.
Dude, think of like all the like just awesome people in that movie. Michael Ian Black was great. Christopher Maloney steals the show.
He really
Janine
does.
Garofalo, David Hyde Pierce, right? Like when the time it was made, those were the two like big names, but an incredible movie. All right, we're doing some bird walking though. Bern, what did you
We
think of
are.
that first conspiracy fact?
I mean, just a horrible. Like that's horrible to think of. Like just all
Yeah.
the sun just goes out and then rats are nibbling at your feet for a whole year. That sounds absolutely terrible. I would.
Imagine if it was like moonlight year round. That's all you got.
Yeah, and it's back in the whatever year it was, so you don't know shit about shit.
536 AD. No, nothing. Dude, everyone's still shitting in a hole in the ground. Like
Yeah.
death by like lion was like it's a 50-50 every time you left the house. Like death by wolf or lion, you know what I mean? Like something like that. Yeah, you were like animal deaths was, still rampant. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, that sounds like a truly terrible year. I'll buy that.
Imagine too, like the super cold, like if you're in like the south of France by the equator, right? Okay, yeah, it sucks you're not getting sun this time, but at least it's vaguely warm, right? If you're in like the Netherlands and Norway, up north Norway, right, or in Siberia or something, look, dude, the global temperature dropped 15 degrees within that year.
Yeah.
That's wild. The
Yeah,
amount of
15
people that probably
degrees.
froze to death.
Yeah, and starved to death. 15 degrees
Yeah.
as an average is nothing to sneeze at, man. That's like
Bro, yeah, I'm freezing and it's like not even close to that. That's why your boy ain't Matt McAfee right now because I'm freezing.
he's too
But
cold.
too cold to Matt McAfee. But I still protest, protest and stuff. All right, let's keep it moving. Burn, are you ready for the next incredible conspiracy fact?
Numero dos, hit me up.
All right, here we go. Okay, have you heard of the Loretto Chapel?
No, I have not.
Okay, so they were building this chapel in New Mexico, and the French architect who was building it died before he could build the stairs that would go to the choir loft, right?
Okay.
So the sisters of the chapel then prayed for Saint Joseph to send someone that could build the stairs, right? They prayed for 9 days. Then after that, a man showed up from across the desert on a donkey and says, I was sent here to build some stairs. Yeah. This mysterious man then built the stairs. It took him 3 months, and then he just left, just was gone, right? Finished the stairs, was gone. The sisters then said, they were like, oh, we didn't pay him, right? So they went to the lumber yard and they asked the guy at the lumber yard, like, hey, what do we owe you for this? We had a guy doing the stairs, and the guy at the lumber yard's like, I never saw a guy. No one ever came and got wood from me, right? And then they were like, this is wild. Then they, when inspecting the stairs, not a single nail was used on the staircase, right? Then the curator of the chapel brought in over 120 experts to look at these stairs, and they were like, yeah, we don't know how to build these, right? And so the belief is that it was Joseph, because Joseph was a carpenter, that he came and built these stairs.
Patron saint of carpenters and cucks, I believe. But I mean,
My
I
God.
don't know, honey.
So
It must
Joseph
have
was
been
a
God.
cuck for old for God.
I mean, yeah, if you believe that, I feel it's more likely that he was a cuck for somebody else. Like, I don't know what to tell you, honey. It must have been God.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. But yeah, so there you go. But yeah,
well, that's
that's the Loretto Chapel.
so. How do you build these? So there's no nails in the stairs.
No, and it's like a winding staircase, all wood, beautiful. I've seen pictures of it. It's absolutely beautiful, you know. So, but yeah, wild, right?
That's the Laredo Chapel. Loretto.
Loretto,
I'll have to check that out.
Loretto, Loretto. Yeah,
Okay,
Loretto Chapel. There you go. So
that's
that
wild.
was, yeah, conspiracy facts, Daddy. Oh,
Love it.
oh, Burn.
Love
I
it.
wanted
Love
to
it. Love it.
ask, do you have a confirmation name?
I just retook my middle name as my confirmation name.
Charles.
Charles. Yeah, I
So
didn't do.
you
I didn't
were
add
you
a
were a
full.
noodle. You were a noodle.
I didn't put anything, yeah, spicy
Just
on
say
it.
it. You were a noodle. You were a
I
noodle.
knew, yeah, I was kind of out by
You
that point.
weren't you weren't an attention seeker.
No, I didn't throw like an Xavier or like,
Please. I
like
I legit probably have the best one. But yeah.
Beauregard. All right, well, hit me. What's your confirmation?
So my full name is Matthew Sean Maximilian Lavelle.
Maximilian.
Yep. Yep. Do you
Oh, if
remember the show Tiny Toons?
I do, I
Love
do
that
remember Tiny
show.
Toons.
Love that character. Shout out Maximilian, fan of the show, listener to the show. Yeah, Maximilian. I believe he was a Polish saint, if I remember correctly.
That
But
sounds about right. I wish you knew back then that you were Italian. You really could have gotten
oh
spicy
my
with it.
God, it could have been
You
like
know?
Giancarlo or what? You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like I could have gotten this Marinara Magoo or whatever the heck his name was. Okay. Are you ready? We're gonna get back into some comments. You good?
yeah. I'm great, man. I'm great.
All right, cool. You're lame on your confirmation name, but either way, let's keep it moving. Keep it on moving down the road. So again, these comments are on the "Why Are Men Scared of Attractive Women" clip. So this comment was from 7 days ago. It was from Long Snapper 5381. Long Snapper 5381. Three subscribers, no videos. Long Snapper 5381. They said thus. They said, "I fear no person, male or female, on this planet. Dot 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 except my daughter."
I was gonna start tearing into long snapper about like what how tough you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what do you think you are,
no,
Ruben? But
yeah,
that was a good twist right there. Yeah, that's pretty fair.
great.
My
Oh,
daughter's
dude, total, yeah, yeah, total, yeah. What I
she's
mean,
less.
yeah, I mean, dude, I just think of like how I'm gonna kill some guy eventually that tries to touch my daughter. I will kill them.
Who
Burn,
was
I
it
will
who
kill them.
suggested? Who was it who suggested though that you don't put too much pressure on her?
Uh,
Um,
Oh, D, Dirty D,
that was
Diana.
Dirty D. Yeah, it was Diana. Yeah,
Oh my
you
God.
know,
Yeah.
got to find that balance.
Yeah, just be a freaking a little smutty. But no,
Just
not gonna happen. Not
don't
gonna happen.
don't send her to Catholic school.
No, God, no. I told my wife, I was like, I was like, and there's like a good Catholic school in our area, but the public schools here are really good too. So, because I'm in a high income area, right?
Yeah,
Like, did
yeah,
you
yeah.
know that? I don't know if I've mentioned that on the show before. I'm in a high income area,
What,
right?
Montgomeryville?
Yeah, Montgomeryville, very high
Oh yeah,
income area, great
very.
schools, awesome school district. Yeah. Her elementary school is the number one ranked elementary school in the school district. So, no big deal. Small potatoes when you live in a high end community. Well, no big
Sure.
deal, dude. My backyard goes out to a park. No big deal. But either way, but yeah, no. I went to Catholic school and I told my wife, I was like, look, is it, not even like the smut John aspect of Catholic school. It's more of like I didn't have a male teacher until I was 14 years old, and that is not healthy. It's not healthy. You can't have all and not any. You got to have both. You got to have the perspective. You got but I don't know. Schools are different now. Like, I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, I had a buddy who had a kid in public school, and because of all this like woke bullshit, he moved him to Catholic school because he's like, dude, at least in Catholic school, I know what's going on. So either way, you ready for the last comment of this sector?
Yeah, man, hit me.
Okay. So this one comes from their name is RS and then their username is RS-HM4UQ. So, no subscribers, no videos. RS-HM4UQ. I think this is a thing, right? Like, you guys would get more subscribers and more whatever if you subscribe to more things like our channel. But either way, are you ready for this one, Bern? Because it is a doozy.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so RS-HM4UQ says thus. He says, 100% attraction is very one sided because testosterone creates desire. Even lesbian couples have dead bedroom problems because they don't have enough testosterone between them to feel intense interaction. And then he says, gay men fuck all the time. That tells you everything you need to know. My response to this was, I don't know if you're a fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but my response to this was, gay men fuck all the time. That's everything you need to know. Name of your sex tape.
Title of your sex tape.
Oh, like that's dynamite name of the sex tape, Daddy.
Great,
But yeah,
great
yeah,
retort. Great drop in.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like that all
yeah.
the way around.
Yeah, good stuff. So, all right,
I've never
let's keep
been
it
a
moving. Keep it on.
lesbian or a gay man, but they've got to be having more sex than I am at this point.
I
So I
mean,
can't really argue.
same, dude, same, bro. You kidding me? My dick was used and forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Like they got out what they needed, literally got out what they needed, and then they're like, never again. See you later.
Oof,
So,
been there, am been
yeah.
there, am there.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, Daddy, you ready? Cause we're moving on. Cause guess what I got for you, baby? How about
Is
a
it?
joke, Daddy? You
Yeah,
want
it's
a
a joke.
joke,
All right.
Daddy?
Yep, 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 yep,
Daddy, you
yep,
want a
yep, yep, yep.
joke? Daddy, want a joke?
Oh, Daddy will accept a joke.
All right, is Daddy ready?
I'm always, never, not always ready. Yes.
All right, Daddy. You know what's something funny? I saw this and I kind of feel like we do this already. I was watching Dropout. It's a channel on YouTube. It used to be College Humor. It's called Dropout now. And
Okay.
they have a bunch of incredible shows on there. Honestly, I really idolize them and the stuff they do. I would love to have like their type of content on this channel, like eventually. But they have a couple of shows. Game Changer is one of them, and then other one is Make Some Noise. And one on the Make Some Noise, they had like a prompt that said substitute daddy for dude when talking to your friends. You
So
know?
you're just flipping in a lot of daddies.
Yeah. Daddy. Oh, dude, daddy. Oh, daddy. Oh, daddy. Oh, daddy. Yeah, daddy. That's cool, daddy. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you kind of already do, but it's kind of your thing, so it's not weird.
Yeah, I let daddy smack it. So,
Always let daddy smack it.
all right, you ready, daddy?
Hit me.
Okay, first joke. Here we go. Every day, Johnny walks by the same group of prostitutes on his way to school. Every day, they say hello and wave their pinky fingers at him. One day, Johnny stops and asks, "Why do you always wave your pinky fingers at me?" One of the prostitutes replies by saying, "Because that's how big we think your dick is." The next day, as Johnny is walking to school and the women say hello, waving their pinky, Johnny turns to them, puts his fingers in his mouth, stretches it as wide as it'll go, and says, "Hello, ladies." Fuck, that hurt. That was
that,
uncomfortable.
does that hurt? I mean, it was worth it. It was worth sold the joke. It was worth it. All right. That was.
Ladies.
I like the little Jerry Lewis twins you had on that too.
Lane? Yeah.
Pretty good joke, exceptional delivery.
Thank you, Daddy.
I got to give you props on that one. That was pretty good.
But are you ready? Next joke.
Number two. All right.
All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. So, second joke. It says a man and a woman who have never met before found themselves assigned to the same sleeping room on a transcontinental train. Though initially embarrassed and uneasy over sharing a room, they were both very tired and fell asleep quickly. The man was in the upper bunk and the lady was in the lower bunk. At 1 a.m., the man leaned down and gently woke the woman, saying, "Ma'am, I'm sorry to bother you, but would you be willing to reach into the closet to get me a second blanket? I'm really cold." And then the woman replied by saying, "Hey, I have a better idea. Just for tonight, let's pretend we're married." And the guy was like, "Yeah, wow, that's a great idea." And the woman probably saying, "Good. Now get your own fucking blanket."
uh,
That was
uh,
a good one, Daddy. That is a good one, Daddy.
it's so true. It's
So
so
true.
true. It's so
So fuck.
true.
Reverse roles though, you would fucking crawl through like 10 miles of shit to get them a blanket.
Oh,
So
you're getting the blanket. I mean, there's no question about it. It doesn't even
yeah.
cross your mind that you can say no.
Here we go. Okay, so here we go. We got a comment. Same video. Why are men scared of attractive women? Yada yada. I said it a million times. This one is from Brian Caparula. Brian Caparula 9607. One subscriber, no videos. He says thus. He says, without watching the video, I'm gonna just pop in to say men aren't scared of it. Dot dot. We just don't want the hoe drama that goes with it. Super attractive women are usually stuck up, unfaithful, and quite demanding. Unless a man wants arm dressing, we're not all entirely concerned with the young, attractive, bratty types who think their shit don't stink. And then I responded to this by saying, wow, that's a great comment. And I was like, are you sure you didn't watch the video? And then he responded to that by saying, haha, I didn't actually, but I will go watch it to see how close I was. Plus, it will help your views. And I said, you're awesome, brother. Thank you. In the content game, every little bit helps. So, shout out to Brian Caparulo 9607. Great comment, and thank you. Thank you for, every little bit helps, guy. Make sure you're subscribed, Daddy.
Yeah, Brian, good shout. Caparulo's a really sweet last name.
Yeah, yeah. He's a
Just it
nice
just
Irish guy,
just
right?
flows off the tongue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
nice, nice
Not
little Irish
exactly
boy.
what we were talking about in the video, but the idea is the same. You learn that later, right? You learn later that like with really attractive,
Yeah,
semi
they're the worst.
crazy women, like there are advantages to that, but there's also disadvantages to that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a learning experience. We were more talking about just like when you're first starting to
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. When you're young. Yeah.
figure it out, and you
Yeah.
don't know why your brain and your mouth stopped
You
working
know,
at the same time.
this is my fault then because the thumbnail on this, it's a great thumbnail, but it's misleading because it's a guy who's probably in his like 30s and behind him is a group of, kind of like similar aged women. So if I would have done like a 13-year-old kid and behind him was a bunch of, 15-year-old girls or whatever, right? Then that would have been more like, oh, okay, here we go, you know?
That's fine
So
though. I mean,
maybe that was my fault, Brian. I take full responsibility for my actions.
I don't think that's a fault. Brian didn't watch the video. He made a point based on the thumbnail, which I think is a fine point.
Sure,
It's
sure,
an
sure, sure.
expansion, about what
Right.
we were talking
Totally.
about.
Totally. 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 Totally.
Thanks, Brian.
Um, yeah, great, great one, Brian Caparulo. Good stuff. Okay, and then last comment for this sector, it is from Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield. 10 subscribers, no videos. Sword and Shield. It's sword dash and dash shield. And they said thus. They said 7 days ago left a comment. They said thus. They said, "Why? Question mark. Easy. The modern imbecile liberal school system for 25 years. It has made them all mutts with only an occasional wolf, usually from strong parenting." And I said, "Holy smokes, that is so accurate. It's scary." And he said, responded to that by saying, "Just like the wolves." I said, "Yeah, I guess you're right. There you go." So let me read that comment again, Bern, because I think you're confused. So his first comment says thus. It says, "Why? Question mark. Easy." So he's saying this. He's like, why are they scared of attractive women? Here's
Right,
why.
right.
It's easy. The modern imbecile liberal school system for 25 years, it has made them all mutts with only an occasional wolf, usually from strong parenting. I would agree. I've seen plenty of feckin' mama's boys out there, daddy.
If I can retort, Sword and Shield, though, can I just say to his comment, cram
Uh, yeah.
it in your
Yeah, yeah,
cram
yeah.
hole, Sword and Shield. And I bet,
Yeah.
I bet, I bet you're the wolf, right?
Oh yeah, oh
I
dude,
bet you're
sword and
the
shield,
wolf.
daddy. Sword and
Yeah.
shield is definitely the wolf. Okay, but that was the last comment for this sector. Let's keep it on moving down the road. Benoit Pahoud Kisse. You know your name and you love it.
That's me.
Talk to me, daddy. What's been going on with you? It's now
Well,
time for the segment. Talk about our shit segment. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, get to know us, get to know what we're going
Yeah.
through, what's going on in our
Talk to
day. I
daddy
don't know.
about it.
Just finished, had the kiddos for 10 days. That was a lot of
How'd that go?
fun.
All right.
Uh, Great, great.
You dropped them off to your ex-wife?
My wife, yeah, we're not
Yeah.
exes yet, but we're
Your no longer wife?
my no longer partner. And
Did you see the guy? Was the guy there?
no, I don't go all the way. Fuck that, man. I used to pick them up at the crib and then go all the way back to the crib. We meet halfway now. I met her at
Yeah, fuck her.
a Burger King in Pine Grove, and No, I've never met the guy. Like I said, I know he's got a mustache, but that's all I know about him.
You know, I
And
shouldn't say that. I will say this. As much as we bag on your ex-wife, I mean, me and her were friends too. So maybe I shouldn't be so
mm,
mean. But fuck her, you know.
I don't know. She's not a bad person. I mean, she just sucks right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
maybe forever going forward. I don't know. We'll see.
Right, right. We'll see.
But
But
that
that's
was fun.
until you start doing the jits, change your life, and then you'll be smashing poos all over town, daddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what's gonna
Tell you,
happen.
bro, jitsu will save your life, brother.
But it's been good. Dropped him off. My son was like, he has a ton of fun up here because
Yeah, he's got
he's
like
got his
neighborhood buds.
bikes, he's got neighborhood kids. Like he can
Oh,
kind of have a little more freedom than he does at home. My
yeah.
daughter, though, who's like a little under 3, by like day 8, was like, "Where's mom? When am I seeing mom?" So I was like, Monday, I'm like, "Hey, we're gonna, after lunch, we're gonna go meet mom." So she ate her pancakes for breakfast, then immediately asked
Oh,
me for,
pancakes, huh?
yeah, that's right, pancakes, peasant food, food of the people.
Yeah,
Ate
yeah,
her
yeah.
pancakes for breakfast, and then immediately asked me for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I gave her, and then ate that and said, "I finished my lunch. Can I go see mom now?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"No,
wow.
it's still 8:30 in the morning. I was talking about lunch
Yeah.
as like a time, not
Not
as a
a.
meal."
I do like
You're,
her logic though, not flawed.
I couldn't
Very.
argue with it.
Yeah. She really had you in a bind there. Yeah.
She put me in a bind. But no, it
Smart,
was a great
smart
time,
kid.
man. It's the most time I've got to have them, in quite a while, 10 straight days.
Yeah.
So it
How can I
ruled.
ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
How much does it suck like missing them? Like that's got to be
Uh,
the worst. Like you get over missing your partner, I assume, but the kids, it's
yeah.
like that's the worst, dude. Like I
Always a
hate
rough.
when I'm like away from my daughter for like, however long. Like I miss her when she's at school sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, today's a rough day because like you wake up and they're not here, and you're going to bed
yeah,
and they're not here, and you get a little
yeah,
used to it, and like you're just like,
yeah.
But whatever. I'll see him again soon, and I talk to them
Did
on
you
the
have any
phone.
disciplinary stuff that had to take place in the 10 days? Any
Just the
discipline?
normal, just the normal stuff, man. Taking
Like
stuff
stop being an
away.
idiot and yeah,
Yeah, shutting down iPads and timeouts, and I had to pull a bike for an hour, just to be like, I don't like what you're doing here, son. But
yeah.
no, for the most part, they're good, man. They're good. They get along with each other, and
Is he
they,
protective of her?
yeah, yeah, very
I
much
like
so,
that. Awesome.
which is
Good
cool.
job. Good for him.
But yeah, man, it
What
was a
is
blast.
he riding two wheels or is
Oh,
he still training?
oh, hell yeah, baby. No, he's on a 2-wheel express. He's 7, so he's
Yeah.
cruising.
Dude, my brother Tom, host of the Schmidt and Lavelle show, got my daughter a Guardian bike for her birthday. You heard of these
Okay,
things?
I have actually.
Yeah, they're specifically designed for people learning how to ride on two wheels. Legit, dude, one day.
Really?
I say one day like that's long. No, I would say half an hour.
Right. Well, you think one day it's not like she went out there at 7 in the morning and like,
Dude, like I
drilled till
held on,
dinner.
I would like start her right with her handlebars. The key, like we went out the first day and the seat was too high, so I switched seats and it lowered it, right? And then once it was lowered and she could touch the ground with her feet and still be in the seat, like she was done, right? And it's a handle brake, not a pedal brake,
Smart.
right? So she was legit like starting, like she used to have me help her start and she was able to start herself by like the end of it. Like she killed it, you know?
Well, as a bike guy, that's got to be exciting for you too,
Yeah.
right?
We
Because
went
you're
on a
always
bike ride the other night. It was awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was cool. And like, she's still like messing up here and there a little bit, but she's digging it, like she's having fun. And she I'll pick her up from school sometimes and like we're right near her school, so I'll walk there and I'll bring the bike and she'll ride the bike back, you know? Which and like she like they're outside playing on the playground at school and she'll like ride by it and show all her pals and be like, "Look guys, it's got a kickstand and it's two wheels and blah blah blah." And they're like, "Oh my God, it's pink." What? Yeah.
What was cooler than taking your bike to school?
Oh.
Like almost nothing, right? I mean, like a certain
Yeah.
age, like middle school, taking your bike to school was the absolute tits McGee.
Dude, there's the only way to get to school. If you were like not taking your bike, you were the biggest douchemer on the planet. I will say this. Did I ever tell you the story of one day going to school. I was in sixth grade, Alex was in third, and Tom was in eighth grade, right? So we're going to school, and I was supposed to give Alex a ride on my pegs on my bike, right? But he takes forever. And I'm like, dude, I'm not waiting for you anymore. I'm leaving. You get to school by your goddamn self. Right? Like I was just fed up, you know? So ride the bike to school, get to school, right? Park the bike and then go to class. Nothing doing. Alex walks to school. Like he was like red hot at this point, right? Walks to school with a wrench in his pocket, goes to the bike rack and takes the bolts off my tires that are connecting my tire to the bike, right? With this like massive wrench in his little pocket. And then he's in third grade, so he's like 9 years old, right? Then he goes to class and like eventually they find like this huge wrench on this little 9 year old. And they're like, all right. And they called me to the principal's office, and I was like, oh, this again? I didn't even do anything today, you know? But I go there, and they're like, hey, you can, like, he did this. Can you please reattach these bolts to your bike?
He cut
And
your brakes, dude. He cut your brakes. He was trying to take
I
you
was,
out on the way home.
could you imagine if he didn't get caught? Legit, the bolts are off my tires, so my tires would have come off while riding.
Yeah, it
Like,
would have been
legit, the
hilarious
fucker would
for
have
him.
killed me. Like, on the way home, we go down a massive hill, right? Like your boy would have been dead, dead as a doornail, Smalls. Yeah, so that's he's a psycho, and I'm naming my second child after him, so no big deal. Um, but yeah,
Hey,
there you
quick
go.
question. Speaking of near death bike accidents, how's your gaping knee wound doing?
Ooh,
You
a
all
little
healed
update
up
on the
or what?
knee. Okay, so 21st of November is when the accident happened. Got 17 stitches. Everything's going good, right? I did my antibiotics. I'm like, I rested it for a while. The swelling went down, and then like I actually did like a couple rides and stuff, and like the stitches were just such a pain in the ass at this point that they were like, like some a couple of them had come out and whatever, which was fine. They like just rubbed out. But then I was like, fuck this. And I took like it was like already coagulated and like healed over, and I was like, fuck this. And I took a bunch of the rest of them out. Right?
Sure
There
you
were
did.
17. I probably took out 8, right?
Well, you're a
And
doctor.
right, with scissors that I did not sterilize. So I did that, right? Then, believe it or not, a couple days later, my knee is legit the size of a volleyball, and it was like I was like trying to like ice it and put Neosporin and be like, God, I don't want to have to go to the ER. Then I'm walking around with my daughter. I bend my knee slightly, and it explodes with fluid, right? Legit, like, and it's
Oh,
like I've had my knee drained before. So I was like, okay, this is like knee fluid stuff, but that's still not good, right?
no, 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 no.
So I'm like, oh shit, So I called my wife. I was like, look, we got an issue. I think I have to go to the ER now. Went to the ER. They whacked me up with an IV of antibiotics and did the whole thing. I went to the doctors again today, my primary care physician, and they did like a bunch of iodine and they removed the rest of the stitches and like, put a bunch saline, iodine, like all that. Like they really cleaned it up nice,
How
and did
much
all,
how much fluid we talking about?
bro, legit, like it was like a squirt gun exploded out of my knee. Like
Oh,
it shot across, like I was in my daughter's room. It shot entirely across her bed and like covered her bed. We had to take the sheets off. Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
dude.
It was so much. I will say this though, like it was a lot of fluid, but it felt so good after the fluid was out.
Yeah, I'm sure, man. I'm sure that all that pressure being released from around your knee was delightful.
It was awesome. But yeah, so then I went and did the gimmick of like, the thing, and yeah, so now I got antibiotics and they gave me a knee immobilizer at the ER. But then when I went to the physician, she's like, you don't need that shit, and I was like, good, because I don't like it.
Yeah,
And
good
now
because I
my
was
knee
not
is
gonna
just
wear it.
leaking. Yeah, I was like glad you said it because I don't want to wear it. So there you go. But yeah,
So
so that's
it's pretty much healed up. There's just a little bit of like this is
dude, it
leakage,
was
right?
like
So
it
like
was so freaking healed up, ready to go. Then I removed the stitches myself like an idiot and
with dirty scissors.
with dirty scissors, and then it got infected, and now I'm back to square one. So
Uh,
yeah, daddy ain't happy. Nice. Okay, so then let's finish the comments off this gimmick. All right, you ready? So, like we said again, why are men scared of attractive women? Clip. This comment comes from Marshall CJ1. Marshall CJ1, aka Chris Marshall. 43 subscribers off of 8 videos. Good for him.
all right,
There you
yeah.
go, Bob. There you go, Bob. There you go, Bobski. Okay, so he left a comment saying this. He says, because they're used to getting attention from other men, entitled, vindictive if they don't get their way, or will cheat on you with no remorse. And I responded to that by saying, agreed. Also, sounds like you've been hurt before.
Guys, we were just trying to have a just capture a little moment in time where you feel tongue tied around a girl when you're a
Right,
teenager. I
right.
mean, there's a lot of and I'm not saying all your feelings are valid, but yeah, there's a lot of hurt here. There's a lot of
Yeah.
hurt here. We weren't trying to bring up a lot of pain.
No, 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 no.
Um,
But there is.
but there is, yeah.
Yeah. Next comment comes from Silencer XLR8, aka J Boogie.
What up?
Silencer XLR8, aka J Boogie, 79 subscribers off of 22 videos. Good for him. Great stuff. He said, "Who said we're scared?" Question mark. And I responded by saying, "Thanks for listening." But yeah, there you go.
Uh,
Like guys, this is not,
guys, guys,
you
we're
know,
not. This is not an indictment of your
it's not a
masculinity.
dick check, guys. We're not doing a dick
Yeah,
down here.
we're not doing dick checks here, man. We're just talking. Anybody on here who's saying they've never been even slightly intimidated by a member of the opposite sex due to
They're
attraction is a lot is a
they're
liar.
fucking lying.
Is a liar.
Totally. Yeah.
Or a
Totally.
sociopath who just has no connection to their own emotions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good. Next comment comes from it's at DJ Danny Cosmo, aka Daniel Cosmo. Yeah, DJ Danny Cosmo, and then his full name on the gimmick is Daniel Casimo. Casimo. It's Kasimow, so Casimo, I guess it is. 13 subscribers off of 4 videos. He left a comment saying this. He says, these bros would not have this perspective, even broke if they got into shape. Women treat you differently. Fit, I've been both several times. Let me do that again because fucking run on sentence. He says
Yeah.
thus, these bros would not have this perspective.
Us?
Yes. Even broke if they got into shape. Women treat you differently. Fit, I've been both several times. And it says, when I'm off the rails, fat boy, I'm ghosted the minute I start ignoring them and stay on a diet for 60 days, and it does change. So he's saying it has a lot to do with your own appearance. If you look like, fucking 2-ton Tony Galento, he's like, they're going to just skadooch you. But if you're looking right, daddy, then you got it. I will say this one of his videos, it says fat to fit. He dropped 20 pounds at the age 53. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, good for him. Shout out. Fan of the
It's
show,
also
listener.
again, we're missing the point here, guys. This is not dating advice. All right. We're
Right.
not telling you how to get chicks. We're just identifying a moment where you're young and overcome by attraction and
Yeah.
maybe don't have your best game.
Yeah.
But I think we
Totally.
found this a very triggering conversation for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people just
Yeah.
go right to like, here's what
I'm
you got to
not
do.
scared. You're scared. I'm not scared. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hurt people, you know?
Yeah.
Hurt
There you
people,
go.
hurt people.
Next comment comes from Stanley Kachuik 2589. Stanley Kachuik, 2 subscribers, and he's got a couple playlists with no videos. He says, no attractive women were used in the making of this thumbnail. And he says, any guy who didn't pay attention to how batshit crazy they are while growing up lost the plot. Crying face emoji. Yeah, so let me read that again. It says, no attractive women were used in the making of this thumbnail. And it says
No,
any guy who didn't pay attention to how batshit crazy they are while growing up lost the plot. Crying face emoji. I did respond to this. I said by saying, if laughing like, ha ha ha, this image was AI generated. I asked for beautiful women, and this is what AI gave me. To be fair, the
also,
thumbnail, like the women, yeah, some of them ain't great.
yeah. Also, no attractive women were consulted uh,
No,
for their opinion in the posting of this either.
nope,
We don't
not a
we didn't
chance.
farm anything out. We just shoot from the hip here, guys.
Shooting
Just
from
shoot
the
from
hip,
the hip.
Daddy.
That's pretty funny.
Okay. Last comment of this sector and last comment from the show. It is from Joseph James 259. Old Joseph James 259. 14 subscribers off of 10 videos. Joseph James left a comment, let's say 5 days ago. He says thus. He says, scared, question mark. More likely they don't want their interactions posted on social media. And I responded by saying, probably that also. And he says, women, and then he goes on to respond by saying, women want validation and they seek it posting videos on TikTok and other platforms. If it is dramatic or involves humiliating some guy, they get more views and more validation. I then responded to that by saying, that sounds about right. We had a guest on the show a couple months back named Valentina Fox, who is the queen of gooning. That sounds right up her alley. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I feel like a broken record. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right. I think I can agree with that. Again, not really the point we
Yeah.
were going for, but
Yeah, it is what it is, Daddy. All right,
yeah.
Bern, but let's keep it on moving down the road.
Oh boy,
How about some quick cash, Daddy? Daddy, is 225 the marker tonight?
this is the big one, man. This is the big one.
225, Daddy. All right, so Bern has to get in. He's going to do two quick cashes, aka fast money. He's got to get an average of 225 between the two. And if he does not, then he has to text his not wife anymore that
Technically,
she was
still wife,
right. Yeah, his wife that doesn't want to live with him or be with him. Dude, fuck, dude, that's
but
awful. I'm sorry, dude.
God
Uh,
damn.
yeah, I'm sorry, man. That's awful.
No,
I should.
leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it in.
Okay.
Leave it in. Leave it
I'm
in.
sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Bern will have to text his mother of his children, his baby mamas, that that she was right, he was wrong, that she did everything right, and he should have done more to help her, and that he still loves her, and that even though he can't be with her, he hopes it works out with her and her new guy. Right? Sound about right, Bern?
That's sounds about what we agreed on.
All right, you ready?
I'm terrified. All right, let's
All right,
go.
here we go. So we're doing this is quick cash round one. Here we go. First question. Name something that might be full of holes.
Cheese.
Name something that's described as well built.
A physique.
Name the reason a person might change their name.
They get married.
Besides chicken, name a bird that people eat.
Turkey.
Name a place where you're supposed to be very quiet.
Church.
Ooh, you dropped the bag on that last one, Daddy. All right, Bern, time for some answers here. Okay, so the first question I asked you, I said, name something that might be full of holes. You said
This is
cheese.
this is gonna suck, dude. This is gonna suck.
All right, survey said 40. Number one answer. It was Swiss cheese, but I gave you cheese.
Yeah.
The number two answer was clothes slash socks, and number three was alibi or story.
All right. Those were actually all of my choices. I was gonna go with socks or I was gonna go with a bad lie.
See, the next question I asked you, I said, name something that's described as well built. You said a physique. Survey said 32. So that brings you to 72. That was the number two answer. The number one answer was a car slash truck. Number
Huh.
three was a house or building. Okay. Okay. I then asked you, I said, so you're at 72. I then asked you, I said, name the reason a person might change their name. You said, to get hitched, get married. Show me get married. Survey said 60. That was the number one answer. So you're at 132. The number two answer was their name is lame. And number
What?
three answer yeah, and number three answer was witness protection.
Wow.
I know who they surveying here, Daddy. Okay. I then asked you. I said, besides chicken, name a bird that people eat. You said turkey. Survey said 64. That brings you to 196. That was a big one. Yep. That was the number one answer. Turkey was the number one answer. Duck was number two, and pheasant
Sure.
was number three. Which obviously I eat pheasant, high in Camaria.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the last question I asked you, which you dropped the ball on, I said name a place where you're
I
supposed to
know.
be very quiet. You said church. Survey said 10.
Fucking
So you're at
library.
206. Number one. So you got 10 for church. Number
Yeah.
one was library. Guess how much?
89.
82.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, you're only 72 points down from where you should be. Either way, 206 for the first round. Daddy. Okay. Are you ready?
All right, let's go.
Okay. So this is Quick Cash game two. Here we go. Remember, for all the marbles, Burn, you do not want to have to text your ex wife. Okay. Here we go. First question. Give me a word or phrase that contains the word band.
Marching band.
Name something that gets shredded.
Lettuce.
Name something that starts with the word pine.
Cone. Pine cone.
Name a kind of bird you'd be shocked to see eating from your bird feeder.
An ostrich.
Name an animal whose legs are featured on a restaurant's menu.
A chicken.
Okay. All right, Bern, let's get some answers here. Okay. First question I asked you. I said, give me a word or phrase that contains the word band. You said marching band. Survey said 0. Yeah, the number one answer was rubber band, and number two was rock band. So I really couldn't even help you. I then asked you, I said, name something that gets shredded. You said lettuce. Survey said 18. That was the number three answer. The number one answer was document slash paper, and number two was cheese. So that brings you to 18. I then asked you, I said, name something that starts with the word pine. You said pine cone, Daddy. That was the number one answer, 40. The number two answer was pine tree, and number three was pine needle. So, you're kind of all in the same ballpark there. I then asked you, I said, name a kind of bird that you'd be shocked to see eating from your bird feeder. You said ostrich. Survey said 10. So that brings you to 68. Um, the number one answer was eagle, and the number three answer was parrot and parrot slash macaw. So there you go. And then the last question. So you're at 68 right now. So you need this last question to be 180 points. Either way, I said, name an animal whose legs are featured on a restaurant's menu. You said chicken. Survey said 35, which brings you to 103. That was the number two answer. The number one was frog, and number three was crab. I didn't know frog would be number
Frog?
one. Yeah, frog was number one. That threw me
The
through the loop, too.
fuck out of
Fucking
here.
frog. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So your total burn was 103, which brings your combined total to 309, and that does not average out to 225, Daddy.
Sure doesn't.
So I know
Uh,
you're using your phone to record right now, so I guess we'll have to get proof of this text
yeah,
next week after the
I
show.
will I will send the text.
Remind me, the text is gonna say what?
Well, Matt, the text will say that uh that I the uh the text will say that the devolving of our marriage was all my fault
Sure,
and that
sure.
I could have done better
Right,
and
right, totally, totally.
should have done better
Right, of course,
and that I'm still very much in love with her
of course. Yep.
and that I wish her well with her new lover.
Oh. Great stuff, bro. Glad to see you can get past all that. But we are coming towards the top time. So what do you want to do or what do you got before we get the hell out of here?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yep, there you go.
Nothing.
All right. Well, this has been, speaking of nothing, this has been another episode of The Retorted Show, brought to you by the Work and Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Bern Podcasty, and he's pretty upset. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work and Perspectives Podcast. You know us on Instagram at Work and Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we can bring you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks for listening, and stay retorted. Thanks. See you! All right, you did it. You made it to the end of the episode. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what was your favorite part, and what part did you hate, and what part do you want us to keep doing, what part do you want to get rid of, and just let us know, how much you love us, because we love you, because you're the greatest. Thanks so much. Love you. See ya!